This is the Shark M87. It's a budget TKL pre-built mechanical keyboard with remote connection from Shark. CPS Tech, Shark's local reseller, sent this keyboard to us, but the words and opinions are my own. In this video, we'll share our thoughts and experiences using it. Having said that, let's start first with the unboxing. Inside the box, you'll see the user manual, a small box which contains the USB cable for charging and wired mode connection, and a switch and keycap puller. Lastly, the plastic covered Shark M87 mechanical keyboard. As you can see, this is a TKL mechanical keyboard. Now if you check the design, it has RGB strips on both sides. Meanwhile, the toggle switches are found at the middle together with the USB port. If you flip the keyboard, you'll see the typical components like rubber feet, keyboard stands, and the brand information. Also, there are some lighting instructions beside the brand logo. In case you're wondering, this keyboard weighs 840 grams. It's quite heavy, but I think it's just okay because of its layout and the components found inside this keyboard. More of that later. Now let's discuss its battery. The Shark M87 has 3,300 mAh of battery capacity. I think it is enough, and it's the average battery capacity among budget wireless mechanical keyboards these days. Aside from that, the M87 has sleep mode feature. This helps prolong the wireless time of the keyboard regardless of what connection mode you are using. To me, sleep mode is really important in wireless devices, so kudos to Shark for adding this feature. Since I have already mentioned connection modes, this keyboard has tri-mode connection. You can connect via 2.4 GHz wireless dongle, Bluetooth mode, and wired mode. I guess tri-mode connection is a must these days. Anyway, connecting via 2.4 GHz USB dongle and wired mode is self-explanatory, but connecting via Bluetooth is a bit tricky since the user manual we got is outdated. According to CPS Tech, their supplier put an outdated instruction manual, that's why there's no information on how to connect via Bluetooth. Fortunately, they were able to get the information and shared it with me. So if you want to use this keyboard in Bluetooth mode, simply switch the connection mode to Bluetooth and press and hold F and Q for profile 1, F and W for profile 2, F and E for profile 3. Upon doing this, the device you're connecting to will recognize the keyboard, and you just need to press the connect button found in your device's Bluetooth settings. In terms of keyboard switches, we got the Otemo white linears, but if we check the specification sheet, there are other options switch-wise. To be honest, I like the tactility of Otemo white linears and I have no complaints so far. Meanwhile, the keycaps of M87 are side-printed PBT keycaps. Shark also offers different design of keycaps for this mechanical keyboard. The unit I got here is the white variant and the keycaps have pastel colors. They also have black variant with gradient black keycaps. The typing experience using the default keycaps of M87 is okay. However, if you have dry hands or fingers, it feels slippery. But this is not a problem since we can replace the keycaps anytime. By the way, the default keycaps of M87 have an OEM profile, which is common in pre-built mechanical keyboards. The teardown process of M87 is pretty easy, no tools needed to open it. Once you have removed the keycaps and switches, you can detach the top casing by pulling the upper and lower parts of it outwards. You will hear a clicking sound once you pull them correctly. Do this on all sides of the upper casing to properly detach it from the bottom casing. Inside the keyboard, you'll see a lot of components like the polycarbonate plate, a poron foam sandwiched between the PCB and the plate. There's also an IPXE switch pad and a silicone mold at the bottom. By the way, the Shark M87 is a gasket-mounted keyboard, which is one of the cheapest gasket-mounted mechanical keyboards that I have tried this year. Now, if we inspect the PCB, it's a south-facing type with LED lighting on both sides. Also, it can support up to 5-pin switches, which is good in my opinion. If you want to separate the PCB from the plate, you need to unscrew it first. The screws are found behind the PCB. Checking the battery, you'll see the 3,000 mAh information. Like I said earlier, the capacity is enough since it has sleep mode. If you check the stabilizers, they are plate mounted and they are lubed. Now, let's do a quick sound test of the M87. To compare the acoustics properly, let's try to change the switches with Acos V3 Cream Yellows. If you're an RGB fan, you'll definitely love this keyboard. Aside from the lighting of the typing area, there are also RGB lighting strips on both sides. There's also a small RGB lighting bar above the arrow keys. You can also configure the lighting of it by doing key combinations. So yeah, with its pastel color keycaps and RGB lighting, this keyboard can definitely become a desk eye candy. To me, the Attack Shark M87 is a good budget pre-built keyboard. The layout is good, the build quality is not cheap, and decent keyboard acoustics right off the bat. In my 2 weeks of usage, I haven't encountered any issues so far. There are no delays when using it in wireless mode and in wired mode. But I think this mechanical keyboard will be better if there was a downloadable software. If it has, you can set the customization you want. To me, it's fine because I don't do much customization software-wise. This is my preference and it might be different from yours. Another good thing about this keyboard that I want to highlight is the price. You can get this keyboard for only 2,400 pesos. In my 2 weeks of testing, I can say the 2,400 pesos you'll pay is justifiable by the keyboard's components, features, and its performance. By the way, huge thanks to CPS Tech for sending this keyboard in. Now, will I recommend buying this? Definitely. I'm not saying this because CPS Tech sent this keyboard to us. I'm recommending this keyboard because it's affordable, it's the cheapest gasket-mounted tri-mode keyboard I've tried, and it has good overall performance. And that's it guys, we have reached the end part now. Hopefully you've enjoyed this video. Till our next, goodbye.